Good morning, guys. Today we have the whole family here. Dad, Walker, Mom, and Emmy. Today we're going to be doing mushroom logs. We're going to show you all the stuff with that. And before we get on to the video, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and don't be afraid to leave a comment. Alright, let's get into things.
We're doing mushroom logs, and it's something that every farm should probably think about doing if you have wood available to inoculate the logs. So what we're doing is, today we're doing lion's mane mushrooms. It's the first time we've done them. Last year we did shiitakes and oyster mushrooms. The oyster mushrooms have the tendency to get a little bit buggy, but so we're not doing any oysters this year. This year we're doing lion's mane and shiitake, and mostly shiitake. We're only going to do around 20 lion's mane, maybe somewhere in that neighborhood, just to see if we can get them to grow. If they're successful, then we'll look at propagating them even more. You missed a hole there, bud.
That one was a bit screwy.
Okay. First step in the process that we have is we need to go out and harvest our logs. And your logs can be any length that you want. We cut ours at 4 feet. A lot of guys, because they can get a little bit heavy, a lot of guys will cut them anywhere from 24 to 32 inches. In our case, we use 4-footers. They seem to work out the best for us. And this here's American Beech. American Beech is what the lion's mane needs to grow on. It can grow on a few other things, but optimal is beech, American Beech, for the lion's mane. So that's what we're doing. So we went out and we harvest these. We harvested them before the leaves come on. These leaves here are actually from last year. So we went out, we harvested them, we let them set for 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks actually. There's natural compounds in the tree to help prevent getting fungus in them, to protect the tree from the funguses. So we need to let them set and let those toxins go away. So after we harvest them, we stack them like this. We try to keep them moist so they don't dry out. And then the next step in the process is we want to drill holes in them. You can use a hand drill, you can use a regular drill. In our case, we're using a grinder, a right angle grinder. It's really, really fast. I'll show you how that. It's that fast to drilling holes, and we can get a lot of mushroom logs done in a short period of time. And you can see here, we put our holes about 4 inches apart, and then we turn the log about 2 inches, and then we put another row to make a diamond pattern. You can see the diamond pattern here. And then after we do the diamond pattern and get them drilled, we want to do what we call sawdust inoculate. Okay, this is our mushroom spawn. Cut the top of it off. And it should be nice and white. That's a sign of the mycelium growing through it. And all we do is we take it and dump it in a bucket. Just dump it in a bucket and then break it up. You can see the white through the sawdust. That's the mycelium growing. That's what we're going to inoculate with. Now some of these white pieces here, they're a little bit problematic. Gumming the plunger or the inoculator a little bit, but that's okay. We make it work. And with one of those bags, you get 20 to 25 logs. And basically what we're doing is we're taking this sawdust we buy from Field and Forest mushroom products. We buy this sawdust spawn from them. It's called spawn. They inoculate it with mycelium, and then it colonizes into the sawdust, and then whenever it colonizes into the sawdust, we can force it into the holes. You can see Walker here, yep. And what we want to do is we want to fill, we're using a palm inoculator. We use a palm inoculator, and basically all it is a push rod and a piece of pipe. You see how that pushes down whenever you push on the button on the top, and that forces that sawdust spawn in the holes. There's other ways of doing it. You can buy what they call plug spawn, which basically all it is dial pins inoculated with mycelium, and drill the hole and pound them in with a hammer. This here's the least expensive and the fastest way that we can do it without getting into a $7,000 or $10,000 machine to do it for us. So, each log can yield us up to 2 pounds of mushroom a year. Sometimes, in some cases, a little bit more. And those mushrooms will sell anywhere from $9 to $15 a pound, depending on the variety. So after we do the inoculation, go to another process, and we're not ideal here with what we're doing because we're not doing thousands of logs, we're just doing hundreds of logs. Last year we did 120 logs. This year we're going to do approximately 350. And after they get it inoculated, we come over here to Miss Emmy, and she writes us a tag, and we're using just an aluminum tag that you write on with a pencil, and it scribes in, and she'll write Lion's Mane on there. It's not like we don't know what they are, because this is the only American beech that we're using.
And then I put the year
She's
on
putting
it.
a year on it as well. That way we have an idea how old the logs are, because some of these logs will last 7 to 10 years, somewhere in that neighborhood. Depending on the variety of wood that we're using. Okay, this is the waxing process. What we do is we wax these holes. And what we're doing, and we have waxed the places where there was limbs that we cut off. See, we just take a dauber. And seal the holes up. And basically what we're doing is we're sealing these off in Walker Mist part here.
Okay.
See how it's cracked open?
Yeah, I see.
Okay. Whenever they're cracked open like that, that will cause the spawn to dry out, and then it will die. So it's very important to get these sealed up good. He's got these ones here sealed up really well. Looks good. We're just using a slow cooker to get our wax warm. And some words of advice: if you're going to do this, start your slow cooker with your wax about 2 hours ahead of whenever you're going to be needing it, because we made the mistake, and we made this mistake last year. We started it whenever we started doing our logs, and you can see here it's been over an hour and it's still got a big old hunk of wax in there. So started a couple hours ahead of time. The wax we're using is just plain soy wax. We buy it by the 5-pound block. They wrap it in this butcher paper. They wrap it in this butcher paper, and then we put it in our slow cooker to solidify. You don't want the wax to be too hot because it will burn your spawn, so be careful in that. Just make it so it's starting to liquefy and turn clear. You can also use beeswax, but in my case I don't want to use beeswax. We have it, but it costs too much. I mean, beeswax is like $8 a pound. We can sell it for about $8 a pound. So, and this here we buy for, I don't remember what it is. It's pretty inexpensive. Okay, we stack our logs like this, cross stack them, and we'll go about 6 high with them. And then whenever we store them, we'll take them down into the woods where there is a lot of moisture, a lot of shade, and not much wind, because you don't want these guys to dry out. You want to keep moisture in them, or your spawn will die. So we'll take these down to the woods, and we have a spot down there we have designated for the mushroom logs, and that's what we'll do.
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you could, please subscribe, like, comment, share with a friend, family, and hit that notification bell. See you in the next video. Bye guys!
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.